Welcome to Virtual Play live game development streaming. We're a small indie game company in the Netherlands, making a lot of applied games, but also working on our own entertainment games. We have big plans, including a lot of new technologies and very cool new gameplay ideas. For this stream, we'll be showing the entire process of building our new game Hatchball, which is not really technically innovative, but a mashup of pinball and collecting and caring for cute creatures. My name is Stephan, and I've been programming and making games for over 30 years. When I was very young, I already had two big passions, music and computers. So I'm basically a self-taught programmer from a time before the internet and tutorials, and just studied computer science and artificial intelligence years later. Let's get started. Good evening, or afternoon, or morning, wherever you are. Hello. That's my first shout out already. Thank you for following, Pete. So if you're joining for the first time, welcome, and of course lovely to have you here. I'm going to continue doing what I did before, and that is working on our game Hatchball, just like I said in the intro. What I was doing last time, I was kind of stuck somewhere. Well, not stuck, I had a little bug, and I actually said, that was last Sunday, I said that I would try to fix it between streams. But one thing, I didn't really have a lot of time, but the other thing is, it might be nice to just do that on stream, so that I can show you some things, like how would I get to trying to fix all that stuff that goes wrong. So let's see, here we are. So last time, I added quite a few things, and the main things were like these sensors here that will make yes, now it will work. Yeah, and the sensors over there and there and there, the purple ones, that will actually make the ball go into the layer above or the layer below. Also found out what was busting my performance last time. It was like this thing that I used. There was an overlay over here which showed the keys I pressed. I'm now just using one program, but when I was using two, one for the mouse and one for the keyboard, because I liked that one a little bit better, they were just interfering with each other and it was just messing up my system. So hopefully that won't happen again. So I will be having a nice performance today. Right, so the thing that worked was actually the blocker that has to block the ball going through from layer 0. It goes through the no collision 0 layer, and I had a little thing here which I actually can't see right now. Oh, I turned it off. Yeah, so even if I turn this off, the ball being just in the layer, I had this error, and let's just see if I can I still have it, but I already restarted and checked if it was still there, but it was, so I would be really surprised if it isn't there right now. Let's see. Yeah, this happens, and if I launch the ball a little bit less hard, it will actually stop somewhere halfway through. Oh yeah, well, that happens. And if I just, that doesn't happen now. That's super interesting. Well, lots of different kinds of, that one. So there's some physics going on that I can't see here. So let me just show what I'm gonna do. So I think it might have to do with this thing. So basically, okay, I already know it has to do with this thing. So I thought, what did I do? Like the thing that I do when there's an error, and I didn't open this project between the last session and this one. There's actually this thing. It's very simple. I I do two things. First thing I do is think, okay, what did I turn on that wasn't there before? And especially colliders. Well, so that's where I got into, like, I turned on the second layer. That's what I changed last time. So if I turn that on, there's something blocking the ball. And the other thing, if that wasn't the case, then I would just start by turning everything off and turning everything back on until the problem arises, and then you know where it's going. Like, this is a quick tip to do debugging in general, not only in Unity. That's just a general software thing. Right, so just closing something. Yes, right now I know what the problem is. The problem is this thing. It has the outside here, of course, and the ball has to not be stopped by that. So I'm actually just simply gonna, let's think, yeah, I can simply edit these boundaries so that they are inside the other boundaries, and then there should not be any problem anymore.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And then it should go through here. All right. There we go. And then no problem anymore, hopefully. So when it goes through this, then it already goes into layer 1, and then it doesn't apply here anymore. So fix done. Let's see. It should work there. Yes, there we go. All right, so this new key thing is a little bit more annoying. Ah, look. Like, if I press a shift, it goes in down there, but I still think it's nice that you can see. Maybe I'll just, it's mouse pose if you need it. It's pretty cool for, yeah, that's the thing. I can't change the position. I'll just make a little bit, it's over there. I'll make it a little bit more opaque, and I'll make it a little smaller. All right. So now you can just see when I press shift or whatever key. That might be nice if you want to follow what I'm actually doing. So this is the next thing. I already tested it without thinking. The next thing I wanted to test is the thing I built last time. It went up here and then into this thing and should go through this bit, which is no collision 0. This changer should change it to layer 0. Transition layer should be both 0, which means it should go through that thing, but it didn't. I'll try getting it through there immediately, but might take a little bit of trying. Yeah, okay. I'm just not good at this yet. Also, these are too far apart, I think. Well, first tweak. If I see this, I'm just gonna try it anyway. Oh, it should still be the same height. I think it should go down a little bit and in just a little bit. It seems to fall through there too easily. Actually, what's in the documentation, yeah, it should be quite easy to hold the ball in. That's what we said there. Oh, I turned on the light. That's not needed. Per post-process volume, that's what I did. The light actually should not be off because then I can't see the ball over there. All right, let's see. This one, these are now a bit closer together, and I wanted to just move the ball from there over there so that it immediately goes into the top bit, and then I can just see what layer the ball is actually in if it doesn't get set to the right layer or something. Okay, so over there, the ball is here, and it's in balls 1, so that's what went wrong. All right, I'm going to go into the code and see what went wrong there. The code being that one, yes, level transition. It's in my other screen. I changed screens a little bit so that hopefully more color pickers and stuff like that will actually show up in this screen. Tweaking this stream as I go, getting there. Right. Okay, so let's see. What did I do? If it's the outside layer, then it should go into the transition layer. So does this not happen? That one. Outside layer is balls 1 and transition layer is balls 0. Oh, I know what happens. This thing happens on trigger exit. If the ball's in the transition layer and it exits this one, which it does, then I say there's no other sensor. So if there isn't any other sensor, yes. So this stuff should only happen if there's a no teleporter. No teleporter. And now it works. I say now it works, but now it hadn't compiled this session yet, and that last time too. Should do that before starting or something. Yeah, and now it goes a little bit further, but here it gets stuck as well because it changes. No, it doesn't change. It's still in 0. This is a trigger, so what is it stuck on? Ah, same thing. Ha! Same thing. So this logic of mine, now this was layer 2 that it was in, but now here we have the same problem, but then with this one, I think. Yes, let's just say, I'll change that to something like this and copy it because it's in play mode. That's where everything's red. If I hadn't copied it, I would have lost it by turning off play, but I pasted it now and then the edit is there, but it was still resting on something. The thing is, if it goes there, it should not be blocked by layer 2, so that's fine, right? No, this one is not there, so I'm just gonna select all. You see that there's like loads going on there. Huh, interesting. No collision 0. Oh, and it works. So it was actually stuck in the other one, but it didn't know what to do. Right. Let me check. See if I can get it up there. No. Yeah, I can. Almost. That's bad. Oh, yes. There, my sensor is off. Okay. So I turned off that sensor there. That should bring it back to layer 0. All right. That's the part that I call debugging. Like, actually, there were some bugs and I took them out. So that's why I set that in the list of what I was going to do. What did I say I was going to do next? Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is actually my list of stuff that's on the website. And that's my note from last time. Yes, drop targets, rollovers, and then some UI stuff. Drop targets. Well, that should be easy. They should just be simple colliders. Let's take this one, it's small already. And I'm just going to put it where the drop targets need to be. So these are 3 drop targets, and they're in this line. So that means that the shape they would have is rotated in that direction as well. But I'm actually going to rotate the objects That's different from last time. Drop targets are shaped like that, but I'm actually going to give them a little bit of less pointy shape so that they will stay, they won't like hit the ball away in weird directions. So these points should, let's see, the two that are up there, they should align perfectly. Let's say 0.45, and then these two should align completely, but then, oh yeah, let's not make it mirrored right away. So this is minus 0.7, so that should be minus 0.6, and this one, that one should be plus 0.6, no, this one, and then that one should be 0.7, and this one should be minus 0.7, and then that one should be in the center nicely, and minus 0.1, minus 0.3, and minus 0.1. Oh, that's a nice shape. And now it's completely centered and very much straight, actually. I was going to say that. So I like round numbers. These seem to be in kind of like a 40-degree angle. Let me just put two of them here. Hold on. I'll turn this back. I'll copy this like that so that I can actually try to line them up. I'm going to rotate, but then normally you'd rotate every object around its own pivot. I'm going to rotate around the center now. Yes. So that I can actually put them the way I wanted them to be. Something like this. All right. So these are 3 drop targets. They should be drop targets, so that's what I'm going to make them. No, I'm not going to add a thing to all 3 of them. I'm just going to replicate the other one once I have the drop target script. All right. I'm actually curious if Unity has an option to put new scripts in a specific folder. That might be a nice time saver. Yeah, gonna look into it. That's the way I learn. Just I come up with something, I check if it's possible. Yes, it's getting there. Yes, preferences. It should be, I think it would probably be something that is specific to this project. So it would be in project settings. Let's think, where would that be? Actually can't think of any setting that this would be in. Well, I'll look it up some other time. Let's see. So there's a drop target script, and drop target could go on top, so it stays on top. And the drop target script gets its icon so that it will have a nice icon, drop target. And we have a drop target icon. And the first drop target already says there. So this one should change now. Oop, there it is. Right, so that one is drop target, and the drop target should be renamed to drop target T3, and also be kind of orangey. Something like that. Drop target color. All right. Now I'm gonna make that prefab for drop target. Plunger could be a prefab as well, by the way. Did I not drag it? Nope. Plunger. Drop target. Right. So I've got drop target prefab. I'm going to make 3 of them. So this is T3. I will have a T1 and a T2. And they will live here. And I'll just copy this transform. This was the second one. Paste it there. And that one, copy and paste it there. And then get rid of these temporary ones. Now I've got the drop targets set to actually be driven by this prefab. All right, so what do drop targets do? They are actually obstacles. Not really much to that. They have a material, I would say rubbery, but physics materials. I've got rubber here. I'm gonna make another material called stone, and stone has quite a bit of friction, but very little bounciness. Actually, let's make that 0, so that rubber bouncing on stone will have quite a low. And then all these obstacles here will actually get that material. They didn't have a material yet. I want to actually define the standard properties of everything. Boundaries, same thing. And that also goes for the ones in that layer. They're also made of stone. And I can tweak that as I see fit later when I am rolling stuff. Okay, so these 3 drop targets are there, and they can drop. So let's just do that for now. Drop target script. Let's say on collision, enter. Is there any reason why they should not drop? No, they should just drop. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just disable it. What am I disabling? I can just completely disable the game object, but then that might become a problem when I get to the stage where I'll have a model that will change, like drop down, and it has to come back up, so then the model will be completely gone, and that's not nice. So I'll actually think about that. What did I write down about that previously? Whoa, that's 2 of the same. Huh. Yeah, well. I could make a object as a child of this one, or I could actually yeah, I wrote something down. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What I can do is, yes. For now, I'll just work with what I made. I'll make this thing called like what is it, line renderer. I'll make it disabled, and also the collider, I'll just disable that. I think that's enough for now. So I'll have to get the collider on this object. It will need to have a collider, so I'll just make that required. Type of collider. It needs to have a collider, and I need to get that thing. Whoops. Darn. All right. In my awake, I'll say collider, I'll get the collider. And then I will, yeah, that's it, I think. When it enters, I want to set some property to dropped. So I think I need it, and I'm gonna make a property, and that's like dropped. That will have some getter that just gives the value of a variable. Is down. And for the setter, I need to set that thing. So down is value. But then also I'm going to, hold on. I don't want anyone else to tell me I'm down, so I'm going to make that private. And then down will get that value, and then I'm going to disable the collider. Enabled is false, so that's a component that's disabled. And also I'm going to disable the line renderer for now, and later that might become the model, so I'm just going to reference it. Some game object that has to be disabled, or a group of game object. Let's just be prepared for the future to disable for each game object to disable. I will let's think. I will do if it's down, yes, then it should not be active. So all right. Then we should check if the disable is not null. Okay, then the only thing I need to do here is say dropped is true, right? And then there needs to be some way to get them back, but I don't know how yet. I don't know what will do that yet, but I'll make it already. Right, so right now it should be possible to drop them. Let's test. Oh, hold on. Too quick. That's nice. Height. Intended member collider 2D. I thought that was, I'll rename it to cool. Drop collider or something that doesn't hide. It's a thing that I never want to use because I think it's what's actually deprecated to just get the collider of an object. Also, you don't want to do that because it could have multiple colliders. One object can have multiple colliders. You always want to make references by yourself. The physics material should be rubber. All right. One thing that I need to do is make sure those line renderers get in there. Yes, okay. If to disable is null, I'm gonna remove this bit because I'm gonna add those line renderers. No, hold on. We'll do this just at awake. If to disable is null, to disable is new game object array of length 0. Doesn't work like that. It should be a list. Darn, I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna make it a single object. This is too much work for just a temporary thing. Okay, change of plans. I'm not gonna make it possible to have multiple objects disabled. I'm just gonna stick with one for now. If to disable is nothing, then I will get component in children, line renderer, game object. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, if there's nothing yet there, then I will just search for the line renderer, which is not a nice thing to do when you're publishing anything, but this is just for testing, because in the end it will have something referenced there to disable. It will actually reference the model, and then I'll have to change the code anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. All right. Oh, it starts there, yeah. Boom, boom. Have to go right. Ooh. Going back up there. That was not my plan. To the right. Come on. Oh, I'm such bad player at this point. Yes. Oh, no. Bumped it right back. Oh, so this is a problem here. Ah, yes. There we go. Oh, no. I just want to hit those targets. I get the feeling that it doesn't, the gravity is not enough. I need my bumpers up there. Okay, so for what I was testing, actually, I'm just gonna put the ball back here. And try to... Oh, wrong layer. Ta-da. Yes. Yeah, it does get the thing out of there. Ah, and there it's back to the left. Ah, well, nice. Just do one more. And yeah, cool. I could just kick them all out. So now next thing, I need to make them into a group so that when all of them are kicked down, something will happen. That's for later when we start adding events. Something will happen, but they will also pop back up after a little bit. So next thing that I'm going to have to make is a drop target group. Let's make that. Let's say the middle will get it. Drop target group. Bang. All right. Well. Drop target group. Don't need a special icon for that because the thing will already always have an icon. So, all right. So a drop target group. what will it have? It will have a list of drop targets that are actually members of the group. Drop targets. Thank you for following. You really use those followers. And as soon as there are enough followers, we can also like start gaining points in Twitch. For those on Twitch, you know how it works. But that's a little way off, but I think we're getting there. I should have a pop-back delay of 1 second. Then I will I think that's kind of it for now. I need to know the drop targets will need to have a reference to the group, and they will let the group knows which that they are members, so they will need to call add and then they will get added. So it needs to become a list, and then drop targets dot add drop targets. All right, so let's just make sure that it is not already in there. All right, that should be the adding, and then we get some callback for when one of them is down, is updated. So I'll say updated. It will go through all the drop targets and check if they're down. If all of them are down, then it should go on. So I'm going to do an early out. So for each drop targets, I don't like I said before, yep. For each drop target, I could simply do if drop target dropped. If it's not dropped, then I'll get out of this thing. I don't want to do anything else. If all of them are dropped, then I'm going to wait a second to reset them. Yes. So that's my delayed actions. I added that a little bit before, like a couple of sessions ago. I added this script that I wrote, delayed actions, which makes me start a delayed action in a nice way instead of invoke. Still can't remember what it's called again. And I don't want to start a coroutine. I don't like coroutines. They're not easy to handle. They're not easy to debug. These delayed actions, I made them so they have the properties of those things together. They will still run on the same game loop, but they will be easily handleable. I mean, I'll get an object for this one. I can stop them. I can pause them. I can make them repeating. It's like invoke repeated and stuff, but then in a way that I like. So what I'm actually, I can give it an action here. So I will give it an action. And the second one is how long it takes, and I made pop-back delay for that. So after pop-back delay, it will start this action. What action are we going to do? We're going to pop them all back for each drop target. I can just copy this bit. This bit for each drop target dot reset, I said, right? No, that's weird. Right. That's gonna work. So now I have to add them to the drop target group, which means they need some kind of field for that. Drop target group. Or actually just say drop target group. That will look nice in the inspector. So let's see, on awake I'll say drop target group dot add me. On collision enter, it's an updated drop target group dot updated, and that should be it. Yes, now I just need to refer them to each other. This thing has a drop target group, and it's member of the group itself. This one is also a member of that drop target group. This also a member of that drop target group. So this drop target group now connects these three. I could render a little gizmo for that, but I won't really see it because of this thing, so I'm not gonna bother right now. Oh. Come on, drop it. That bumper, huh? Ooh. That's starting to feel like pinball. It's a bit hard to get to the right though. That'll change once it's filled more, I think. Well, let's just do it this way. Oop. And I'm in the right path again. Let's try to hit that thing. Ah, come on. All right, this is not going to work that way. What I'm going to do is up there, sorry, up here, there should be 3 little bumpers. So I'm actually going to add those first so that we can get the ball back down there easily, hopefully. Copy them, put them over there, put them on the other layer. Oh, I don't know actually in the model what I did there. Oh yeah, I put it in default, so I didn't do anything, but I don't think it really matters. But let's just do that. So this is bumper H1, bumper H2, and bumper H3. And actually have their labels changed as well. H2, H1. So there we getting some stuff going on. Actually here it should be smaller, of course. Let's hide the models and first tweak the size. I set this size, so let's just do that then. Put those two the same size and then turn the models back on. Oh. And those models need to resize as well. I don't see the other thing. It was, okay, hold on. It was 1.75 and it is now 1.35, so I'm just gonna do that, divided by that times that, 2.7. Of course, it's double. That's what you get for doing this in the evening. Not so sharp. Normally my math is way better than this, but all right. So they're over there where I wanted them. Let's see if that's the okay bit, but I think I already thought about the lines that will actually get reached by this thing. And then the other thing I'm going to do is add these top flippers here. I see that the boundaries here have a weird shape. They actually don't include the flipper bit. Oh, I remember what I was doing. I said that in a previous episode, like if the flipper just is in the boundary, it can never get stuck underneath, which is another thing over here. I remember now. I needed to tweak this thing. I'd usually do that right away, but it was the end of the stream at that point. That's what I remember, as I remember. Now let's copy to flippers over there and actually have them be in layer 2 as well, in the upper plateau. Bumpers get lost. Yes. Flipper J1 and J2. J1, J2. All right. Let's think. They're smaller and further apart, so that the ball will actually fall through a lot, but it still has some way of keeping them in a bit more. A bit of control over there. A little bit of control. All right, that should do it. And now I'm not gonna do this twice because I want them to have the same shape. So I'm going to copy these points again and paste them over here. It's already mirrored, so it should, yes, it has the same shape. Okay, so what I have here is that this one in design is shaped a little bit different. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna actually do that then. Right. So right now we have 2 new flippers. They need control. So in my input system, I need to tell the input events to fire for the new flippers, left and right. J1 is left, J2 is right. I need to feed it to the input method, flipper input. There we go. All right, so now I have new flippers. How high up do I want them to go? They go 50 degrees right now. I want them to go up like that. Oh, that's more. Okay, so let's say these new ones, they're small, but they go up 55. All right. So, whole new game. A lot more there. It's getting more complete. Ah, that's actually where our target's going to be. It's spinning like crazy. Yes, that's 2 of them. Come on, to the right. Oh, nice. Ah, and after 1 second they pop back. That's nice. So that actually works. Nice to know. Those flippers up there work as well. Oh, the little ones, I didn't give them a smaller force. They should have slightly smaller force. What did I write down? I didn't. Maybe they should still, well, let's try this first. Maybe they need a smaller force, maybe they don't. We'll see that later. All right, so check for the drop targets, but we have one other place that there are drop targets, that's over there. So let's copy them, and then we have our drop targets. I wanted to copy them. Yes, there they go. Go over there, and we've got drop targets. I'll put them there in the list, and they will called I1. So you might think during all this, like, why is he so deliberately all the time exactly giving these things their labels. Oh, which I actually didn't do for the drop targets yet. Drop target should have a, where's the prefab? It should have a note. Oh, note. And that's drop target, that's fine, but it should be that color as well. What? Okay, that's so weird. I could just copy the color from there to there. All right, it should have that thing, the label. Why am I labeling everything? That's what I was saying. You might think, why am I labeling everything? Whoa, 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 whoa. I know what's happening here. And there as well. Something I did in Object Note. Object Notes tries to place itself at the top. So I'm going to change this. Oh, it is actually on top now. Cool. And now they do have them. Drop target, drop target, drop target. Okay. I'm going to say show when unselected so that they all have their label, and I'll change the labels. So what I was saying, these labels are super important because they will be what we can refer to while doing game design. So if we have discussions on the progression in the whole table, all the documentation will refer to these numbers, these names. Let's put it on the left. T1, T2, T3, and then for those I'm gonna rotate all three of them. The center is still on. Put them something like that. All right, and for them, I'll place their notes to the right. Right, so when I turn this design thing off, there's quite some bits here already. That's nice. Yeah, I said rollovers next. Hold on, what was that? Oh, that's the object note. Huh. Interesting. Could look into that. I'm not gonna do that right now. It's not important for this game. All right, so what we have is a new group. Did they actually copy that over? They did. Nice. This one has a drop target group, and all these three are already in that group. So that's already automatically going to work. So once we want to actually do something with those drop target groups, like once they're all down, they should unlock something. That's the first thing you have to do in the progression. And then we're actually gonna write more code for that. For now, I'm just gonna add these rollovers like promised. Rollovers are super simple, as in the fact that they're just simply sensors, but they're very small sensors. I will remove the polygon collider and make it into polygon drawer will be removed as well. Polygon collider remove, and then I'm gonna add a circle collider because it needs to be really small, and circle colliders are just a little bit more less heavy, like more performant. I'm gonna make it real small because the ball really needs to only put it down when it's really on top of it. Make it even smaller. And then I'm gonna give that the same kind of rendering that the bumpers get, like this model. Let's pick that one. It's nearby. And that will be rollover. And I have no idea what letter that should be. D. Okay. Rollover D1. And model. And it should be some kind of that kind of color. All right, and that should be on top of the place that it needs to be, and the size will be like something like that. No, bigger. Does that look okay in there? Maybe a little larger for now. All right, so basically they will be on and off. So I'll make sure they're all off, give them a low alpha value, and then once they're on, they should be fully lit. And of course I need 3 of them. Of course I say, but now see that this lane is actually a bit wide. So I'm gonna tweak this collider a bit. Yeah, otherwise it would be too wide. And if I put this further to the right, it could become harder to actually get this skill shot. So something like, whoa, that's an extra point. I don't want that. Something like this. That's better. So now I see that they're all kind of saying the same, have the same spacing as well. I could test that again by doing this. See if they're just as far apart. And here, I did it perfect. Nice. All right. So I've got 3 rollovers, 3 rollover lanes. Now just give them some logic. I copied the model instead of the rollover, and also it's called rollover. All right. These 2 need to go, and this one should be copied as a whole. Yes. Alrighty. D2 and D3, and I'm going to do the, of course I need to make a prefab out of it, rollover, and I will do the thing that I did before with the replace trick, so that they will all refer to the same rollover. I didn't change anything yet, but now they're actually, once I put, for instance, I changed this object node here into blue. That should have changed. So weird. No overrides, it says. Maybe it's maybe I did something in the object node thing that it's not. That's why the multi-editing doesn't work as well. Something is not serialized in the right way. Well, doesn't really matter a lot. I'm just gonna make this D1, D2, and D3, and I see that the text is black, so this thing should be a bit darker. Yeah, that's better. Copy, paste, and paste. And just for future, I'm gonna put it into the weird. There. 0.4. Let's do that. 0.4 and 0.4. All right. So we got our rollovers, and we got a prefab for the rollover, but it doesn't have a rollover script yet. Rollover again, and roll ever. Right. We got a rollover script. And then I'm just going to leave the status UI to next time, I think. I'll put that in my hope to reach bits, but I also had the debugging to do, so that took a little time. So rollover right now, rollover. Gonna give it its icon. Rollover, that's like the classic thing. Rollover. And then it has the icon, but it doesn't show. That's kind of weird. Oh, because object node is in the front? No. Oh, it's compiling. All right. It should show there. Doop, 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 those three. Yes, rollovers. Cool. Rollover. What a rollover does, it is, oh, I've actually not done that correctly, I think, in the prefab. It should be a trigger, not just a collider. All right. Darn. All right. And rollover. Rollover should have the same on trigger enter thing that a lot of them have already, but then it should okay, so it should activate and deactivate. So simply saying lit I'm gonna make a it's lit. It's kind of like the drop target. It's a lot like the drop target. So and set is going to is lit will be a value, and then okay, automatically does that already. Remove the space there. And then it needs to update the color at this point. The color of the model. Sprite renderer. Yeah, that's a problem. There's already a renderer. Okay, sprite renderer, and then it needs to be set. Sprite renderer. I'm gonna get the sprite renderer from child. First one, and then on is lit. Oh, actually gonna need the color from that. Like I did last time, I think, for the bumper, I think. Normal color. Normal color is the color that the sprite renderer has in the design, in the editor. And then on trigger enter, it will of course, is lit will toggle. And when it goes on, it will change to full alpha, and when it goes off, it will change back to normal. I'm gonna not calculate that all the time. Lit color, and then there's gonna be some kind of effect, and that will later all be changed into stuff that happens in a shader, I'm thinking. Normal color, lit color, because there's another one that's when they all are lit, there should be some kind of let's say glow color. Nah, it's not specific enough. Emphasized color. Well, don't get anything better in my brain right now. If okay, let's see. So the color of the sprite renderer will be, if it's lit, it will be the lit color. Otherwise, it will be the normal color. All right. So now they can be lit and unlit. Only thing I need. Thank you, Dennis. Welcome to the club. Whoa, that's weird. Force re-imports. Lit color, I didn't give it a default value, but they all didn't get default values. So, oh, yes. Lit color should be the same thing, but then normal color, and then lit color dot alpha is 1, and then also we didn't specify that thing. For now, I'm just gonna make it white. All right. Let's take that away. They should activate and deactivate, and I just need, I'm just gonna do it right away. Need a group, rollover group. I'm gonna copy some stuff from the drop targets because, well, save some time. I'm adding it to the middle one just like the other ones. Rollover group, same as drop targets group, but then thing is rollovers can be activated and deactivated. So instead of drop target, we get rollover, list of rollovers, and then all these things will be rollovers, rollovers, and rollovers. Those things are called rollovers. That's kind of the same thing. Pop back, let's not call it pop back, but let's call it reset delay, because the thing with rollovers is they have to do some kind of thing and then reset, and this is not dropped but is lit. Sorry, lit, and then reset is not there yet. Lit is, oh yeah, I can't reach that. It's not public. Oh, it is actually. Should I do that? No. I want to control that from here. Public void reset. For now, I don't need to do anything, but I want to make sure that if I want to do extra stuff when it resets, that it actually happens over there. And lit is false. So reset comes back here. Right, so right now we've got that, we got that. The only thing we don't have is the rollovers telling the rollover group. Rollover group that they are actually, did I do that here? Yeah, it's no. And this. If they're not part of a group, they should not call this bit, like, whoa, that's not what I meant. I did not mean that. Yes. This bit, that is actually a null propagating operator, a no propagating selector, which means funny thing here. Unity objects should not use no propagation, it says. Well, I will still do it, because it says drop target group. If it's null, it won't do anything. That's the first thing it checks. And then if it does, then I'm going to do add and this. I have no idea why Unity groups shouldn't use it. Oh, I actually think they should not use null propagation, because they could be destroyed, and then they're not null, but I don't care about that at this point, so that's fine. This is, I just added this so that I will never get a null reference error when I don't actually assign. It is actually the same as if drop target group is null, drop target group dot add. This is the same. These two lines are the same, but then written down a lot more compact, which I love. Doing the same here. Rollover group. If like a rollover group is true dot updated this. Oh, didn't even need this. And then reset. No, on awake. Rollover group, if it's there, is a rollover group? Yes, then add me. All right. Rollover should work too now. I could definitely not test that super easily. Oh yeah, there it goes. And it didn't work. I know why. Oh, trigger. I don't know why. Is lit color, otherwise norm color? It should have triggered there. Ah, yes, that's it. It's in the wrong layer. It should be in obstacles 1. There we go. And I'm gonna shoot it. Ah, that's not hard enough. Next time I'm going to make the ball roll in 3D while it's actually not 3D. Oh, damn. Ah, there's it. There it goes. No, 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 too hard. Darn. Oh, skill shot is tricky. Maybe I should change that plunger. Not enough. Oh god. Really, I can't do this. I'll try to shoot it up there. Maybe that helps. No, we haven't been there yet. Okay, so that's an issue I see here. That obstacle should not... Oh, that's... Ha. Alright. That little bit should not be like that. Ooh, then it will like poof automatically be gone there, but might be a good thing, because this kind of top plateau is just not meant for the ball to be on very long. Oh. And I hit it. Oh, wow. That's super strange. There we go. Yeah, it should have hit the thing there. Super strange. Obstacles 1. It's a collider. It has a rollover script. They're not part of the group yet, by the way, but now they are. Still, they don't change color, so that's kind of super weird. Oh, hold on. This one has a rollover script. Oh, they all have the rollover group. Why would it not change? On trigger, enter 2D. Ah, I know. I used the local variable instead of the property that actually changes the color. So it was lit, but it didn't show. Once more, and then I'm going to stop for today. Ta-da-da-da. I did press the play button, but maybe not correctly. All right, there we go. Too hard. I think it should not roll that easily. Oh, there we go. Ah, there. Now it works. Okay, so next time I'm gonna make sure that the rollovers actually, when you press the pin, the flipper buttons, they should change the rollovers, like they should cycle to the left and the right. Ooh, that's harsh. Some size, like the size of the ball is too big. Ah, there, nice. And it goes on and off. Nice, that does work. So some things still need a lot of tweaking. That one is now easily reachable. That's nice. But in the design, there's still a target in between there. So, oh yeah, and that's also an issue. Should rework a lot of these. All right. Sometimes I don't know. I think it's not going to be soon, but there might be some kind of design session that makes me edit while we're doing this design session. So then you actually get a different thing when I start the next stream. But for now, it's going to be this one that I actually will commit. So what do we have? We have, let's see, rollovers, drop targets, plunger prefab change. Oh, I made a plunger prefab. Yeah, that's good. Drop targets. And I changed the level transition. Where did I change that? Oh, that was last time. Oh, I did not commit that. That's not so good. Okay, adds, drop targets, and rollovers. All right, pushing. And with that, I can say that was it. Oh, I'm not going to say that was it, because there's a Git error, and I would like to show Git errors. Push failed. Why did push fail? Maybe it was just a connection error. It was just a connection error. All right, so with that, I'm going to indeed end this. Yeah. Next time, I think Friday. I'm not gonna have more time before Friday. It's a pretty busy period with exams for my students and stuff. Next time, I think I'm going to add more interactivity to the rollovers. Get me some status like UI, and also add ball spawning. Let's start with that. So yeah, rollover interaction, UI, status UI, and ball spawning. And if I got time, I'll do some kickers. like the ones in the lower, those two bits that kick the ball into the middle. All right, thank you all for watching. Have a nice evening for the rest of the evening or afternoon if you're somewhere else. I hope to see you next time again. Same time, different day. Friday, 8 o'clock Europe time. Yeah, well, you know the time by now. Or you've seen it somewhere, and it's going to be on the streams. Of course, if you like this on YouTube, you can press like. On Twitch, you of course follow. Soon there will be more. Once there are 50 followers, it'll take a little bit, but we'll get there. Super nice to have more new people. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next Friday again to continue this, and wish you all the best. Stay safe, and see you Friday. Consider the Patreon thing. It's not a thing yet, but it is. I mean, it is there, but there's no Patreons there yet. But I hope to get more followers and hope to get people who really get enthusiastic as this game grows, and then you can just start supporting us. The game itself will be free, so if you think, well, I'll just save my money for buying this game, then do, yeah, you could consider the Patreon thing. Anyway, enough about that. See you all next Friday. Thanks for watching.